I feel nothing.
Fluttershy's main crest disappears.
Absolutely. But absolutely.
Rarity having apples on the mind is still more canon than Apple Dash. Which is worse? Pinkie rudely playing over Rarity's shoulder while she tries to concentrate, or Rarity not even thinking to ask her not to? Pinkie rudely wakes the animals, not because this is something she would normally do, but because the episode's got an episode. Gamers may blame lag, but Wonderbolts blame their own skill issues on instruments in the audience. The apples randomly explode for no reason. If the Uvitophone is causing this, why isn't there any other damage? This is a sonic weapon designed to target only apples because the episode's got a Season 8. That's right, this isn't even episoding anymore, it's Season 8ing. Why did they complain to Twilight instead of just speaking with Pinkie? "We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas" was a joke line in The Simpsons, but here, you're required to accept it as fact to suspend any disbelief.
A trophy? For second place. Second place!
This implies one of the Wonderbolts participating is deaf, or that Dash is losing her touch and isn't the fastest anymore, so of course the former is more likely.
And just look what her playing did to poor Fluttershy. So very tired.
Why does Pinkie target only Fluttershy with nighttime psychological warfare?
Okay, maybe we can just pretend she's really good, and then I'll find a spell that will—
Oh, no. We're not going through that again. When you weren't honest with Celestia.
In Horseplay, Twilight's mistake was driven by her anxiety and the pressure of the situation. That episode also wrapped up with a heartwarming apology scene. Here, however, Twilight is calm and rational, but still proposing a horrible mistake of an idea because even in an episode without the school, Season 8's recurring influence on Twilight's intelligence is just that powerful. Also, oddly specific callback is oddly specific, and on 2 separate occasions.
I remember that.
Berry Punch stole Derpy's eyes. Also, Derpy.
That's weird. I could have sworn this place was packed a second ago. Hey, guys!
Fun fact, Pinkie was about to have an epiphany and conclude that her playing has been a disruption to all of Ponyville, and this conclusion would have resulted in a quick, happy ending to the episode. But then these 5 walking product placements conveniently race in to distract her and pad the episode.
It involves your Uvitophone.
You mean the thing I love more than anything else in Equestria? My sun, my moon, my stars!
While perfectly believable, it is oddly personal for Pinkie to go out of her way to say she loves this object more than Celestia, Luna, and Twilight.
In all honesty, Rarity has something to say.
Rarity does not in fact have something to say. Add it to the list of Honest Orange Apple Horse's dishonest lies. Twilight is Season 8ing again. Instead of being honest about Pinkie's playing being disruptive and asking her to play somewhere else, they tell her she's bad at it and should stop wasting her time. That sounds like a snarky exaggeration for the sake of a sin, but no, that's actually what happens in the episode.
You're just not good at the Uvitophone. None of us want you to waste your time on something you can't do well.
In fact, that deserves an additional sin for the very simple fact it would have been easier to tell the truth and ask her to play elsewhere. You know, like the forest she was initially playing in anyway.
Pinkie, we all support you, but
Not to get political, but we're not trying to be racist, but we support you as a friend, Pinkie. But actually we don't.
Those apple turnovers aren't gonna apple themselves!
No, but those apples might explode themselves, apparently.
another beautiful day in Ponyville.
In the past, Pinkie Pie held the town together with her joy and optimism. But now, the whole town is happier with Pinkie being depressed and gone. Inner leg cutie mark. Or green diarrhea, who's to say?
When was the last time you saw Pinkie Pie?
Not since we told her to stop playing the Yakity-Sax.
Oh, is that what you remember saying to her, Twilight? Could have sworn it went more along the lines of, you suck and you're wasting your time. The fact Twilight claims this, but we never actually see that happen throughout the entire episode is wild.
There's gotta be something we can do.
I'm sure there is, Spike. We just have to figure out what.
Spike and Twilight practically framed this question towards the audience. Maybe this was a Dora the Explorer moment, and the only reason this episode plays out the way it did is because none of us answered. Can you find the thing to do? That's right! Tell our friend she's wasting her time and drive her into a deep depression. Pinkie playing the Uvitophone causes property damage affecting some pony's livelihood, but Pinkie not playing the Uvitophone also causes property damage affecting some pony's livelihood. So really, we're just breaking even. Royalty-free stock music montage. Fun fact. Applejack should be the least likely pony to forget the basic rules of firearm safety. Pinkamena bakes cupcakes with Rainbow Dash. Those of you playing hard mode on Brony Reference Bingo can finally check off your first square. Just when it seemed like they couldn't be any more oblivious, we get this scene where Rarity paints over the problem like a cheap landlord.
My party cannon idea was a real dud.
The only dud in that party cannon was your face in the barrel, AJ.
Well, not to worry. I came up with the perfect solution.
And I came up with this forthcoming perfect solution after spending all of this time not contributing to the montage of things you tried. Good job, team!
We'll remind her what she's best at, and that's being our friend.
Pinkie Pie, if you were really our friend, you'd stop being such a downer. Like, you're such a buzzkill right now. Perhaps you need re-education at the friendship facility.
And I hereby officially declare today Pinkie Pie Appreciation Day.
Yep, that's the sound of a million bronies updating their calendars.
Is she still coming?
Maybe we should just go and get her.
This just in. The professional delegator reluctantly does something herself. Not only did Pinkie skip town without saying bye to her friends, but poor little Gummy is left desperately clinging to something Pinkie-shaped after she abandoned him. How rude of the main characters to not even bother telling the rest of town the party's called off. Who knows how long the poor background ponies plus Spike were waiting around for a party to never take place. Twilight's teleportation spell relies upon the fact Pinkie left, because if Pinkie happened to still be here, she could have been standing in the same spot they teleported to. Fluttershy is the only one not participating in all of the collective whats. She's the only pony not fazed by Pinkie's departure because she will never forgive Pinkie for what she's done. Not until reaching the edge of town does Rarity ask Maud for clarification to something said while all the way back in town. Must have been some really long, awkward silence during that commercial break. Oh no, the yaks are learning teleportation. It looks like this waiter yak is taking dishes, but he's actually bringing more dirty dishes to the table.
Give me another.
My pony already had 25 ice cream.
I said give me another! I feel nothing.
Alcoholism. You know, for kids. Rarity and Fluttershy's voices are mixed up.
And a 1.
And a 2.
And you know what to do!
The last page of the script shows it was changed during recording, but clearly the animators were working off of the unaltered script. This is another Season 8 episode which presents very basic narrative structure backwards. We see Pinkie practicing alone in the forest where she's not bothering any pony at the beginning of the episode instead of the end. Then we get an ending with seemingly no solution to the problem at all. We can only assume every pony in Ponyville had to put up with this for the rest of their lives and never thought to ask her to do the thing she did in the beginning anyway.
It's Twilight Sparkle's balloon!
Maybe we should just go and get her.
What in tarnation is going on here?
This is one great party.